Just about 37 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. It's Tobago Thursday. And so we're keeping the conversation in Tobago because Tobago Carnival officially kicks off this weekend with Bago Jam that's taking place at Shore Park Cultural Complex on Saturday. The show will be a blend of soca, calypso, steel pan and mass with performances from some of the island's top artists. And so joining us is Chairman of the Tobago Carnival Committee, Ms. Meisha Trim, who will tell us some more about the event. Ms. Trim, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Now.
Good morning,
How are you this morning?
and
How
you're
is
very
Tobago?
welcome. Tobago is sunny. We've started off good this morning.
Nice, nice. And I'm hoping that we maintain that same energy because, of course, this weekend we're having the launch of Tobago Carnival with Bago Jam. Can you tell us some more about the event?
Yes, Bago Jam was first conceptualized as part of the 60th independence anniversary. And because it was falling very much in the middle of what we were proposing to do, Bago Jam has since morphed into a public launch for Tobago's October Carnival. Bago Jam is poised to be the kickstart of our bumper season. And of course, you know that we are endeavoring to set ourselves apart from the national time of activities where we're usually overshadowed to really show ourselves to be worthy of a celebration of this nature. And so Bago Jam will host local acts, also acts from our sister Isle Trinidad. As you know, Kess is a headliner, as well as there's Iowa George, Farmer Nappy, Sherwin Winchester. Amongst them are local songstress, Adana, Princess Adana. There is Shamika Denoon, Leslie Ann Ellis. There's a new kid on the block, at least new in the sense of soca acts, and he is Desire, who has brought out a song specifically for Tobago's Carnival in October. And we are hosting a host of other entertainers that includes Steel Band. Rhythm section, you'll see the mass bands in the space. We're asking persons to come out and come out early because they are registration and a lot of freebies and gift giveaways from our sponsors who have come on board to really make Bago Jam this weekend a real festive, celebratory type event. So we're
Of
looking
course.
forward to hosting persons here as well as from the sister isle.
Right. Now, as you mentioned, freebies. Is the event itself free as well?
The event is free. It's a gift to our people.
Wow. Okay. And so I know you would have tried to, you were saying that you wanted to find a way to make it different from the Trinidad version. Are we going to be seeing, for example, maybe traditional characters from Tobago, or is it just only going to be, the rhythm sections and that sort of thing?
No, it's really going to be a stamp on our Tobagonian identity. And so, yes, you would see things that are identifiably Tobagonian, and it sets the stage for what we're proposing to do in October, at the end of October, October 28th through 30th, where we're inviting one and all. Get here if you can and how you can, because again, we are going to show you how Tobagonians celebrate in our own Tobago Carnival styled event.
Of course. No, I know the Tobago Performing Arts Company was supposed to be joining you this morning, but I'm wondering if you can share as well their involvement in the event on Saturday.
Yeah, they are essentially producers of the show, and Mr. Rajman was supposed to be here with me, but you can appreciate. I'm told by his assistant that he was on site very late, and so I am assuming that he may not yet be up. Because if you know anything about him and the Tobago Performing Arts Company, when they put their mark on an event or anything, I mean, recently they had Bitter Cassava, which was a showing of our Tobagonian culture, and it was an adaptation of a play. And so we expect that he would have been putting his all into this production, ably assisted by, of course, the Tobago Carnival Committee and all the necessary arms of the tourism division. And so he is unable to be here, at least at this moment, with us.
Of course. Ms. Trim, as somebody who in Trinidad, I'm just wondering what is the energy and the vibe like right now, knowing that in 2 days we're going to have this major launch of the first ever Tobago Carnival?
Yeah, the energy is definitely rising. I know that Tobagonians are particularly proud to be part of this production and to be part of what this is and what it is really is a showcase. It is a tourism product offering. We've really been inside, as you're saying, because you know the talk is now that we outside,
Me
and so
outside.
coming out of pandemic as well, being our first major celebration, this is poised to be a really good one, and it's a family style event because gates open at 5 And we're asking persons to come out early, as we said, so that they can partake in all the festivities prior to there's a pre-show prior to the major show, which really we won't give you the time because we really just want you to be surprised. But we know that sometimes we make it out a little later than we should. We asking persons to come out early and be part of it, and in the end follow the music truck into Scarborough, because again we're practicing, we're gonna have things in place so that you're well warmed up for October.
So what you're saying is that it's not just the show on a Saturday, it actually continues into Scarborough at the end of it.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice, amazing. Now, in terms of, I'm just wondering the timing of the event, because Tobago Carnival is at the end of October, but then we have this launch that's happening in September. What was the sort of logic behind having something in September now as we look forward to the event that's actually taking place in October?
Yeah, well, Tobago comes alive, and as you'd understand, something of this nature, especially since it's first of its kind, there are a series of events that would take place to really mark this momentous and historic celebration. So, kicking off in a major way in September is really apt. It gives us time to get people acclimatized. It gives us the mass bands time to get persons involved in registration for the varying events, which is there is proposed to be a Juve celebration on the morning of the 29th and a night mass that same evening, followed by parade of the bands. And so this gives us a chance to really advertise to persons what is expected on that weekend. But the wider conversation is that Tobago really does come alive in October, because private promoters have also come on board and really have filled out the calendar space for the entire month of October. And you can see that if you go to our sites, www.welcometobago.com, or any of our social media handles, Welcome Tobago on IG and Facebook. You would definitely see the calendar of events that really speak to Tobago coming alive in October. So September is as good as any, and we have other things going on, like band registration, for instance. I think today we'll open up our volunteer call, where we have a volunteer program for Tobago ambassadors wishing to come on board on the project, and they are going to be trained by the Tobago Hospitality Institute. Basically, it's an entire build out, because the festival is not just about the 3 days and the moving parties, the still parties. I mean, it's a real effort to create what we would want to call our latest tourism offering. And so, with that being said, the time frame is extremely important and is apt at this time.
Right. Now, in terms of time frame, I know there was also the conversation, rather, that maybe the Carnival Committee would have taken too long to release that calendar of events, and so people were, trying to scramble to put things in place. I mean, how do you respond to that one as well?
Yeah, I mean, I can say this. We did, from the point of view of the committee, sit down as we sat for a month, but you would appreciate that these things take time, especially when you're birthing something new. And so we wanted to make sure we had it right, especially in this first instance. And we know we may have missed certain marks, but certainly we did not miss the mark of sitting down, taking our time to create something that people would enjoy and create the foundation that we can build on this year into next year and many years to come. And it may have felt like a lifetime to persons, but literally we were given our instruments of appointment at the end of May. We sat for a month and a half and then handed over our plans for approval to the Executive Council. So there was deliberation at our end. There was meeting with stakeholders, really trying to cross our I's and dot our T's and take on board the wishes of many persons in the space. Because as you could understand or appreciate, this project carries the hopes and dreams of our island. And so that is by no means an easy feat or task, taking on board everybody's concern, their wishes, and really trying to create something that is palatable, that is representative, that is inclusive. And so today we also have a meeting with our Security Council, for instance, so that those things are in place as well. So there are many moving parts to creating such a festival, and we really thank persons for their patience in the space, and things like the music which came out, the Scarborough Rhythm and others that came out in the space to really contribute to this process has helped along the way, while we kept our heads down and continue to do so in many ways. So we really say, we understand, we take on board your criticism, but know that my committee and I, we were really fighting for the best and the best showing for Tobago come this October.
Of course. And while, of course, Ms. Trim, you are fighting for the best for Tobago, I'm just wondering what are some of the other organizations that the committee would have partnered with just to make sure we have a good showing come October?
Yeah, good question. This is my 15-member committee, really is comprised of a lot of stakeholders on the island and representative cultural groups, the like of Mass, Pan, Calypso, and mud, which is a major part of our build out come October. And we have partnered with the other agencies under the tourism division, and they are the Tobago Festivals Commission Limited, pretty much known for their productions of heritage and blue food and jazz, and the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited, relatively new kid on the block, but really the marketing arm of the tourism division. They are on board, and of course, I just mentioned the Tobago Hospitality Tourism Institute, who will be responsible for the training of our Tobago cultural/carnival ambassadors. So this is an effort, an all-round effort of a team of persons really on board to create the magic for October 28th through 30th.
Nice. And Ms. Trim, anybody who wants more information about the event on Saturday and even more, just to take a view of the calendar of events as we look forward to October, where can they go to? Social media handles, website, that sort of thing?
Right. So we have our secretariat opened at Shaw Park Complex where we can field walk-in persons as well as a phone number attached to that secretariat. And thank you, B Mobile, for coming on board and providing us with the handsets and numbers to be able to communicate with our audience. It's 776 BAGO, that's 776 BAGO. And we also have our social media handles, Welcome to Bago on Instagram and Facebook, as well as our website, which is really a hub of information. It's www.welcometobago.com, and there you can click the Contact Us button, and we will be answering all your queries, your messages. We have been answering, as a matter of fact, all the queries and messages coming in because the interest on this project and Tobago's initiative to create its own carnival outside of the national festivities has garnered a lot of attention and a lot of support and interest from not just Trinidad and Tobago, but the wider Caribbean and the world and diaspora as well.
Of course. Well, Ms. Trim, thank you so much for joining us. All the best with the event on Saturday and, of course, everything else that's going to happen leading up to the big weekend from October 28th to the 30th. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Have a good day.
You too. And that was Chairman of the Tobago Carnival Committee, Ms. Meisha Trim, just telling us exactly what's going to be happening on Saturday as we look forward to Tobago Carnival in October. We have so much more coming up on the Now Morning Show. Stay with us.